Good morning, friends. Welcome to the vlog. I am starting my morning off in the washroom. I need to do an everything shower. Your girl's hair is greasy. I need to shave literally every inch of my body. I have been down the past week or so. I think it's because I was ovulating and I don't know, my hormones were so wacky. I was not feeling myself at all. But I have been confirmed to be in my luteal phase. So I'm very excited because that is the menstrual phase right after ovulation and right before my period. And once period comes, I know I keep talking about it, but we're starting IVF, so very close. And I feel like now that I'm in my luteal phase, at least the beginning, I feel actually a little bit better, which is weird because I think in your luteal phase you're not supposed to feel good. Is all done and I added some makeup on. I'm feeling so good after that shower. The hair, I did a little bit of a blowout. I do need to film some ads and content today, so that's why I threw on some makeup. But also too, I don't know if I'm gonna be putting on makeup during IVF. This may be one of the last days that I'm gonna feel really pretty before the chaos of that journey. So I am gonna soak it all in. I recently did a full day of eating. I'll link it up above for you, kind of what I'm eating in a day during IVF. It kind of varies day to day depending if I have leftovers from the dinner before, what groceries I have, or if I've meal prepped anything. But one thing that stays consistent is my breakfast. The only real change that I've made pre-IVF, and honestly I'm gonna continue it because I should be having more micronutrients, but in my scrambled eggs I add mushroom and spinach, 2 pieces of turkey bacon, and 1 kiwi. That's pretty standard. That is something that I've been eating for years now. Recently, I did start adding mandarin little oranges or clementines, whatever it is, just for some citrus. I am starving, so I'm gonna munch this down. Now, I just wanna briefly sit down and chit chat a little bit. The first thing I wanna talk about is something I actually have not mentioned on any of my social media platforms, and there's no particular reason why. I guess nobody's really asked me. Maybe they've just assumed or they don't know, but we are actually doing IVF with ICSI. I do have to read this off of my phone, but ICSI stands for intracytoplasmic sperm injection. And ICSI is used a lot of the time, or majority of the time, when it's male factor infertility, which that is what it is in our case. If you're unfamiliar with IVF or what IVF with ICSI is, all of the first steps are the same. So you would still do the stims, you would still have the egg retrieval, you would retrieve the eggs, you would have a fresh sample or a frozen sample of sperm. But with regular IVF, what they're doing is they're taking the eggs and the sperm and they're putting it in a little petri dish and they're kind of just letting it do its natural thing. And then with ICSI, the only difference is they're not letting it do its natural thing in a petri dish. What they're actually doing is taking one sperm and they are physically injecting it into the egg. And the reason for this, especially if it's male factor infertility, is that when you are injecting the sperm into the egg, you're increasing the chances of fertilization. And I guess in the sense of male factor infertility, if you're putting the sperm and the egg in a petri dish and you're doing the traditional IVF way, the sperm only lives for so long before it dies. So if it's not finding the egg in the petri dish fast and it dies off, then you're kind of defeating the whole purpose. I've watched a lot of videos of ICSI and honestly the whole process and science behind it is so beautiful. I'm just so grateful that we are able to do this, and it's crazy. The second thing I wanted to talk about is I picked up a few things from Amazon. A lot of people sent me DMs and they were like, girl, get some sort of medication organizer for yourself. Now I do have a little pouch. Let me just grab it actually. I know I've shown you guys this before. I got this little pouch from my mother-in-law. It's super cute, but it's not really big. I feel like I can throw in maybe wipes or extra needles or vials or something in here. But basically based on all of the medication that I'm gonna be taking, a lot of people recommended getting this box. So I picked up this one. It literally just says box on it from Amazon. What I like about it is that it's like a 3-tiered organizer. I'll have to obviously see when I get all my medication, but in this big spot, I'll probably put like the needles and stuff. And then in these little areas, I will just, I don't know, like if there's little caps, I really don't know. This is the first time I'm doing this. I don't know what to expect. I just know that there's going to be a lot that I'm going to need to organize. So having it all in one place is going to be great. The other thing that I picked up were these alcohol prep pads. Now I'm not actually going to open this yet because I did have a few people DM me on Instagram and they said that the clinics give these out. Specifically, one girl that goes to my actual fertility clinic in Burlington told me that our clinic gave her these. So I'm assuming I might not need the ones that I bought. It came in a pack of 200, which is crazy for this like little box to think that there's 200 in here. You guys will eventually see, but you always have to use alcohol wipes to like clean your stomach, clean the needles, clean literally everything. So I think I'm gonna leave this closed for the meantime. If I don't end up using it, I will just return it back to Amazon, but it's never a bad thing to have extras, so we'll see. The other things, I already have ice packs at home, and then honestly, I don't think I need much else. Oh, I do need like a needle disposal waste box, but apparently my clinic may give that to me, so I'm gonna wait it out for my first appointment if they do give it to me. If not, I'm just gonna buy it off of Amazon. It's like $5. Okay, so I just grabbed my laptop as well as my IVF journal. I've shown you guys this before. I will link it below. This is my favorite thing. It is so absolutely detailed. I've already went back and filled in everything I possibly can, but now I kind of want to just like jot down notes or like goals for our IVF. I know that this process is very unknown. You don't know how many eggs you're gonna get. You don't know how many embryos you're gonna get. It's just like a lot of unknowns, and I think for me, like just the type of person I am, I like to just kind of like write my thoughts down. At the back of my IVF journal, there is a couple pages for notes. So I think I'm gonna write my goals and like thoughts there. I wrote 1 page worth based on pretty much those 3 categories: embryos, finances, and self-care. Honestly, I'm being like very open about the situation. Obviously, a goal or the goal is to get pregnant the first time, but I do understand and I do accept that IVF is not guaranteed. So I don't want to necessarily make it a goal because I think at the end of the day, my goal is just to get pregnant. So whether that's the first transfer or the 5th transfer or the 3rd transfer, whatever it is, that's the goal. And I don't know, I think about it in the sense that I'm trying to be humble, which I don't know, sometimes I'm like, maybe I'm being too nice, like maybe I need to, you know, stick to my guns, but I don't want to like be disappointed in the process. So I think me just like being hopeful and, you know, being a little bit more humble will not set me up for failure, if that makes sense. I don't know. Anyways, in terms of embryos, I think my goal number, if I had to give you, was 4 good quality embryos. Growing up, I always wanted 4 kids. Alan wants 2 kids. I think 2 kids is more realistic, especially with this economy. And I definitely would say we're at a point where 2 is the goal. So if we have 4 good quality eggs and we want 2 kids, that leaves room for 2 transfers or 2 embryos that may not work. If we have more, then hell yeah. And if we have less, I definitely think I will be disappointed. Now, in terms of finances, we actually already got everything sorted out. So we've been saving for a while. For the past few months, we've been putting aside $1,000 each from our personal paychecks into our joint account, which is an account that we've been saving money and accumulating money over time. But just with like the unknowns of paying for IVF, it can get quite expensive. We are thinking we're probably gonna have to pay by the end of it somewhere around like $10,000. So we've been just trying to be like extra secure secure about it. Now, in terms of self-care, honestly, I feel like everyone's experience is different, but one of the main consensuses that I've been, you know, seeing through people's stims and egg retrieval is that you, at some point, you know, a couple days into the stims, you're gonna feel like doing nothing. You just want to lay in bed because you're so bloated and just like not feeling the best. So I want to make it a priority to read every morning and night. I also did buy some coloring books and markers. The ones I've been using are downstairs, but this is another coloring book I bought. Honestly, for me, it's just relaxing and therapeutic. So I would like to color every single day just to kind of like bring my aura all good. I also do want to watch one movie a day. If I'm gonna be in bed, I want to just like watch a movie, but at the same time I don't want to be lazy. I know that I'm not going to be allowed to work out, so I definitely want to prioritize taking like intervals throughout the day to go just walk on a treadmill. I'm lucky that we have a treadmill in our basement, so you know, maybe every like 2 hours I'll just get up and go walk for like 10 or 15 minutes. 100% I will be booking a facial and a massage once I'm done the stims and the egg retrieval and I've recovered and everything. That's like a huge priority. I also want to decrease commitments, obviously. So, you know, if I have to say no, I'm not the type of person that says no. I like to say yes to things, but this is the time I'm gonna probably have to say no, and I have to accept that, and I do. And then the last thing is to stay hella hydrated. So right now I'm taking electrolytes. I'm putting like one little pack once a day, but I think once I start the stims, like twice a day, I'm gonna be doing it because I need to be very, very, very hydrated. So yeah, that is my little goals. If you guys are on an IVF journey, comment down your goals below, and if I think of anything else, I'll let you guys know. Hello you guys, good morning, happy Wednesday. This morning I had an early start and I had to rush to my acupuncture appointment. It was scheduled for 12, but we are expecting a snowstorm today. So my acupuncturist texted me and she was like, girl, can you come earlier just in case? And I was like, you know what, that works out better for me. So I dropped Alan at work and then I came straight here, but I'm actually 10 minutes early, so it wasn't a big of a rush as I thought. This morning, I don't know why, I was feeling a little bit emotional. I think it's because like this journey is starting to feel so freaking real. Although at the same time, I feel kind of frustrated because like we're just in the limbo of it. Like we're just waiting for my period. Like nothing is happening. We're just waiting for my period. And every day I'm like checking my calendar. I'm like, hey girl, where are you at? If you've ever been on an IVF journey, you know everything is timed and based on your cycle. So it's just like a limbo right now of waiting. So I'm trying to take everything with like a grain of salt. I'm trying to just like educate myself and make myself aware of possibilities and experiences. But at the end of the day, like mine's gonna be different than the people that I'm watching on TikTok and Instagram.
Can't hide how I feel about you. Nothing can take that away. 'Cause you make the world so beautiful, so beautiful.
Oh my. I am tired after that workout. Acupuncture was good. I actually thought that we were supposed to do cupping. I can't remember if I mentioned that or not, but I don't know why she didn't do it, so maybe we're gonna do it next week. And then on my way home, I just figured I would go to the gym and get that done. Honestly, I was expecting it to not be busy because of the weather, but it was busy. Very, very, very busy. That's why I did that little like full body thing in like a little room. This is pretty much gonna be the last week of going to the gym, I think, because I'm expecting my period by the end of the week or like the weekend, and then that means we're going to be starting stims and I can't work out. At least I don't think I can, and I don't think I'm going to want to anyways because I'm not going to be feeling the best once the medication starts working and the eggs start growing and that stuff. So I'm going to savor it this week. I'm going to try and enjoy it as much as possible, and that's pretty much all I want to talk to you guys about before starting. So if you have any questions, let me know. Shoot me a DM on Instagram or comment below. Make sure to subscribe to me and give this video a big thumbs up. The next video for this IVF journey series will be the first video of like actually starting. So I can't believe it. I know I keep saying that over and over again, but it's just like so surreal. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Wish me all the baby dust, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.